no, Backwell.
Hello, everyone. This is Josh, also known as Yashu. We're just tuning into episode 74 of the TLOY Talks podcast. You can get this like on all platforms, as mentioned before: Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. And I'm just gonna discuss right now. So I have my guy Yam from Real Talks in the building right now. Yo, how are you doing today? How are you doing today, man?
I'm good, brother. How you doing today, man?
Doing all right, man. And fun fact, we're actually like family friends and all that too. So like our
Yup.
families are like pretty much like related in a sense too and all that. Not cousins, but like family, like friends and all that too. But like still like the same thing. So, but Yum, I want you to discuss more about yourself for the people like watching and all that.
So hey guys, my name is Yom. I have a YouTube channel called Real Talks YT. I've been on it for a while, to be honest. So I'm trying to push it, team. I'm trying to push the topic Real Talks YT, and today, Yashu, what TLOY gave me a chance to do a collaboration with him. So today we're gonna be talking about some interesting topics. So hope you guys are ready.
Yeah, and like one thing that we're actually gonna discuss right now is the whole Grammy situation. So recently the Grammys happened like in the previous like Sunday and all that. Like not this following Sunday, but like just some Sunday, just like the Sunday that we had for this week. A lot of things happened. Jay-Z's speech that happened, the whole like Taylor Swift situation, a lot of like the whole like Travis Scott like performance too and all that too, and yeah, there were like some interesting moments in that sense too. So I don't know if you want to recap that. Like, how do you like feel about that?
Uh, to be honest with you, I didn't really get to like see the whole thing, but of course I got to see the interesting things. Uh, one of them was Taylor Swift winning album of the year. You know, that's a huge accomplishment. And the thing that was really thing was that the topic, like the hype, was that she didn't really give any any what's that word,
I guess like love or
acknowledgement,
yeah.
acknowledgement to Celine Dion. And I'm not gonna lie to you, even though like I knew Celine Dion before Taylor Swift. You know, Celine Dion's like it's a really, she's a really famous singer, and she's also Canadian. So salute to all my Canadians out there. You know what I'm saying? She didn't give no love, bro. Like she didn't say like she basically like I don't know. I don't know if we can like show the video on Zoom, but the way she did it was, she said hello, hello, and she just basically took the award from Celine Dion. Like she didn't even say, "Oh my gosh," like like cause the camera was on her like the whole time. So she didn't really like acknowledge her being there. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
of course, like maybe because I'm a Canadian, like if I felt something, but still like that's a Grammy, that's a big thing, you know.
Yeah, I'm just gonna find like the clip for a bit too, but yeah, it was actually like a very like interesting moment that
She
happened.
didn't even
So
hug her. Like she didn't even hug her on the thing, bro. On their word.
Taylor
She just
Swift.
took it.
yeah,
Like you think she didn't know her or something? I don't know.
I feel like because like what I've noticed and all that too, like because it was like a surprising moment that happened like in the past and all that, like so usually like when she would win like awards too, she would kind of have like this whole like surprise gaze, even though it was expected that she would have won it like either way and all that too. I feel like with the Grammys, like with the because it's like a committee that kind of makes the vote instead of like the whole like fan base stuff and all that. So they pick from like what they like and all that, and it could be from like people in the music industry to people like in entertainment like tastemakers to like a lot of stuff too. So sometimes too they're really critical with like what they put like as their vote and all that too. And when you like look at like someone like Taylor Swift and all that too, kind of like a young icon like that has garnered like many fan bases through like many projects, is sort of like a safe pick in many senses too, like because she kind of fits like the demographic in a community where they would like listen to that stuff, like young white like late 20s early 30s, someone that is like kind of tame like vanilla and all that, and you know that same fan base can be found like everywhere and all that, like even in Canada, but like even like more so in the States too, and like other parts of like Europe and everything like that too. So
Okay.
they know like it was gonna be expected for like Taylor to like win in a way and all that. And I felt there were some like other projects that kind of had more of a better feel. Like I mean, SZA's project, which was pretty much heard like everywhere, whether it's the singles or whether it's like the entirety of the album. Like, you know, you can never go out anywhere and not hear like SZA and all that too. But I feel like with Taylor, it was like a safe pick, so that's how I kind of assumed it. And I think maybe in a sense too, it was a coincidence too that you know she didn't even notice that Celine was there and all that. But then
Because to
you
me, I'm
should,
not gonna me to be honest with you. Uh, Maybe because it's my first time seeing Celine Dion on that because I don't know because of course she's a really like an elderly person, right? But when I was younger, you know what I'm saying, that's who we were listening to, right?
yeah,
So maybe because seeing Celine Dion at that stage, we were like like so stargaze, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So maybe like we some took it like a little bit like another level,
yeah,
but yeah, but of course this is Taylor Swift's time. Like she is taking over the game, to be honest.
yeah,
So maybe that's kind of why. But in the end, it was really shocking in both sides, to be honest with you.
yeah. I feel like
Especially
for
for the camera, especially for the camera guy. Like the camera guy, if you notice it, it was basically on that. Like after Taylor Swift, that camera guy basically zoomed in Celine Dion's face, and she was shocked. Like
yeah.
she didn't get no acknowledgement, bro.
Yeah, like I noticed like from that like clip and like even from what I've noticed too, I felt like maybe like Taylor didn't really look at it like at the right time too. I think from the Grammys perspective,
Yeah,
because they were about to end it soon and all that too, so she only had like a limited amount of time to kind of like say hi, because like she was like saying hi to the people like that were in like her circle for creating that project, but she didn't really like recognize like Celine at that time too, and they had to do like some PR time to kind of make sure that Celine and Taylor had that moment. But I felt like it was like kind of like
yeah,
forced than anything else too.
yeah,
I felt like Taylor was like in the wrong in that sense too, because this is like someone that is like battling like a serious like health issue too. I think with Celine, I think she has like I think some severe health issues that prevent her from even
yeah.
performing or
I think it was like her lungs or something. I think it was her
yeah,
lungs or her throat. Like she wasn't even supposed to be there, but they just told her to come, come through.
yeah, yeah,
So I don't. To be honest, I don't know.
yeah. Nah, that's honestly like the craziest like feeling for a while too. I mean, had it been like a younger person or someone that was like awarded at that time too, I could have understood like the way Taylor was acting, because like you know that person they might not have like relations like that, but for someone like Celine Dion, it is kind of surprising too, and you know acknowledgement is good for everything and all that too. I felt like maybe it was just on the onus of the Grammys to maybe give it that time for Taylor to kind of like say her like highs, buys, hugs, all that, and acknowledge like Celine from there and all that too. But also like Taylor also has the onus to kind of even acknowledge like Celine as well too. So
Yeah.
yeah. How did you even feel about the whole like Jay Z speech that happened? Because I know with Jay Z, he
Before,
was
no, but sorry, interrupt. Before we go to Jay-Z, I really want to know what happened to the guy that won what do you call it, best rapper, Killer
yeah,
Mike.
yeah.
He won 3 Grammys, but I think he got arrested. For
Uh,
what? What the hell did he do, yo?
Yo, so the Killer Mike's situation. So yo, fun fact, he actually won 4 Grammys. So I think back in like
Damn.
2004, he won like a Grammy for like the other side with like Outkast and all that too. And this is like a long time ago, but it was more so Outkast award than like Killer Mike's. Yeah, Killer Mike won free like awards. Apparently what happened is that I think he was like overzealous with the fact that he won like the award and all that. That sometimes too like you try to do your own thing too. You have like that moment where hey no one can dictate anything to me after I've accomplished like so much and all that. And I think he was like trying to go to a specific area. Security stopped him, and allegedly security
Like
said that
what were you doing? He was like interrupting something? Was
I
he
think
acting up
I,
or?
I think he was supposed to go somewhere, and then security kind of stopped him in that sense too. Like, hey, sometimes too, like with security, like if you like leave at a place too, you can't like re-enter. Like that's how like most security policies are and all that. So what happened is that I think he might have like left like the arena just to go for a walk, just to do like his own thing and all that, and decided to come back. I think security stopped him because usually it has to be like a safe check too because they don't know who's coming like in and out of the place and all that too. But I'm assuming they should have like known either way too that it was like Killer Mike and all that. But
Yeah.
like usually in some cases you do have to wear like lanyards and all that type of stuff
Yeah,
too.
cause yeah, to be honest with you, like when you go on like social media and stuff, the way they were saying it, it was like, oh, it's cause he won 3 Grammys, like they didn't like want him to they didn't want him to win it. I think that's why they wanted to arrest him. Like they were saying some crazy shit, but I didn't really get like the information, like the real information. So I was really confused. But
Yeah,
yeah, bro, that was insane.
yeah, I felt like and like from what I've saw like in the video too, I'm gonna like try to find the video on my end
And I'm
too.
not gonna lie to you, bro. Rap, like I feel like Thing deserved it. Meek Mill, bro.
Yeah, I think
He,
I
I
don't.
feel like he deserved rapper like best rapper of the year because that guy was going off, bro.
Yeah, no, like I mean, his music is dope. I didn't really like listen to the new project with Rick Ross and all that too, but yeah,
Yeah, the album was crazy. Shaq and Kobe.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
That was
I actually had someone like on the freestyle actually like kind of like freestyle that as well too. So
that was crazy. That's who's that? Is that an umbrella on top of him?
yeah, so I'm assuming that's his security or like the people around him. He was supposed to go somewhere. I think the security tried stopping him, and then I think it was a little bit of a disgruntled moment, and then it only showed like a certain moment, and then I think the security might have assumed like he might have assaulted because even if you do like a light tap, that's like kind of like assault too. So that's kind of like a very like crazy like feeling and all that. But yeah,
Wait.
and
Like, I'm not gonna even be like, I've never heard of Killer Mike before. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. This is like my first time. And funny thing is, I think I seen him on breakfast television once, but I've never heard about Killer Mike till that day. So I was like, what the
yeah.
hell?
I mean, yeah, Killer Mike, he's more known in the activist community. Like he was like protesting about like Black Lives Matter and just like his hometown in Atlanta. As far as like the music stuff too, he's more underground than mainstream.
No
Um,
way.
so
I
like
saw
usually,
underground rapper won a Grammy.
yeah, he was well known for being in Outkast at the time too, like just being in the like Outkast group, and then I think once their time had ended, he released more music like independently and all that, and then he was like in an underground rap group called like Run the Jewels with this like other guy named like LP, and they had some like critical acclaim with their music, and then it led to Mike being like more famous on his own, but his fame really didn't ignite back until the whole like Michael Brown, the whole Trayvon Martin, the Freddie Gray
What?
situations too. So that's when
No
he
way.
became more vocal, so and more known. So
Wow.
yeah, yo, and I think what else? What else had happened? I
So
mean,
we
my
talked about the Jay-Z, right?
Yeah, I mean, yo, Jay Z. So what happened is that I think earlier on he was like he won like the Lifetime Achievement Award. I think the Dr. Dre like Impact Award, and then basically he said more so
I
with the
mean, he
Grammys.
deserved. Yeah, he deserved it, bro. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Jay Z, not only in the music thing, but in like business wise, that guy does a lot of things. Like,
Yeah,
this guy, he not only in the rap game, bro, but this guy basically he created a lot of artists. Like, this guy is from what do you call it? Like from Rihanna, right? From Kanye West, from who else? I was even told like he even signed Bieber.
yeah,
Justin Bieber in the game too. This guy has a lot of like Nipsey Hussle. This guy he basically started a lot of artists. So the impact, yeah, I mean, to be honest, with you, like we should not be surprised. Maybe because his speech, like even his speech, like it was really straightforward. Like, cause me, all the interviews I've Jay Z have has done is really like straightforward. Like he's like a realist means like he will say what's in his mind, like and he always considered himself like the best rapper. Like this guy never says that I'm not supposed to be here, bro. He knows that he's the best. And of course he says something like, "Oh, some people were supposed to like some people deserved it, some people did not get it," those type of things. But yeah, man, in the end it's Jay-Z, yo.
yeah.
This guy's I mean, he's a legend to be honest.
Yeah, yeah. I remembered when Travis Scott was like performing Fiend like at one of his sets at the Grammys. I remembered he said, they slept on me like 10 times, and that was like the amount of like nominations he received for some of his stuff, like
Who
including
Jay-Z?
Travis Scott actually.
Oh,
So
oh,
Travis Scott, he performed Fiend, and like some other stuff too, like at the Grammys, and then basically, I think he ad libbed. They slept on me 10 times, just like the way he would do it, and
yeah,
it kind of reflected on like what happened like some years back and all that. So initially, he was like in debate for like best rap album, and then he actually lost to Cardi B when she dropped Invasion of Privacy. Like
that's crazy.
this is like when like Astroworld was like big at the time and all that. I mean, Cardi won against like what, like Travis, Nipsey Hussle. Like this is like Nipsey before he passed away too, and I think Mac Miller with like one project, and then I think Pusha T with Daytona and all that, and
Yeah, a
there's
lot like that time. A lot of artists was going for that album, but when Cardi B won it, I think it really shocked the whole world, to be honest.
yeah,
Because she was new, right? She wasn't like a rapper that been doing the game. She just hopped on the scene and then she took over.
yeah,
And she took over some of the biggest names in the game at that time, bro. And I'm telling you, bro, like crazy, crazy names, bro. It
yeah.
really, it really shocked.
Yeah, and I think with the Grammys too, because it's like committee based choices. I think they notice how it makes more of a cultural like impact than anything else too. Even when like Pusha T was like talking about like his lifestyle, Nipsey was like talking about like finance, like wealth management, everything else too. Like Mac Miller with his creative style, and then Travis Scott like with his creative style. You could definitely hear more people say like Invasion of Privacy had more of an impactful album because it had like songs for like everyone, for people like in the Latin market and all that too, for women. Like I think women nowadays are like more listeners to people like Cardi B and to people like Ice Spice and Nicki Minaj than anyone else and all that. Like I don't think someone would like, even relate to like the stuff that Travis or what like Nipsey Hussle or Pusha T would say and all that too, because it doesn't like go within the demographic. I mean, also women and other people from like different industries and all that too. Like Cardi did like rap about that, and it does make sense that the committee would find like a better pick for this one than with other like artists at that time. And I think it was also at a time like when female rap was like about to like rise and all that too. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Who's your favorite rapper of all time?
Favorite rapper of all time? Nas, easily and all that,
of all time.
Of all time, Nas, yeah. I mean, like every like project he released,
So you tell me right now. You tell me right now when you were born, you were listening to Nas, bro. Keep it real.
I mean, I listened to like the first time I actually listened to Nas was like 7, 8 years old and all that too. Like I played like this video game like one day, and like The World Is Yours was like playing in the
No way.
background, and then like I was like listening to that song here and there, and then it kind of introduced me to like other acts too, and then I actually found it out about like another song from a classmate, which was like a Nas song too. Like I did like also like listen to like Drake, Rick Ross, Wayne,
He's not better
Tyga.
than he's not better than 50 Cent though.
I mean Nas, like if you like put like Illmatic, it was like written like I am like Stillmatic, even like the whole like King's Disease projects and like Magic, like a lot of them have a lot of like overweighing like values than what 50 Cent drops. I think like 50 only had like maybe like two good albums and like maybe some great mixtapes. I mean
I
Curtis
mean,
was
to be honest with you, Get Rich or Die Trying, I really don't think there will be an album like a rap album better than that. To be honest with you, I don't know, bro, because I've heard every rapper, and the thing about me, right? I'll hear an album, and then there'll be like only one, two tracks, like one, two tracks that'll be nice, like one, two, three tracks. But Get Rich or Die Trying, bro, from the first to the end, it was nothing but fire, like
yeah,
like fire, bro.
yeah,
And I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Other than 50 Cent, like when it comes to rap, like that's like from the beginning to the end, you know, or like you got to give it to like I'm talking about now, right? Like you got to give it to like what Drake. You got to give it to like Nipsey Hussle. You got to give it to like Meek Mill. I don't know Meek Mill. I don't think it was Dream Chasers, but I think it was Dream Chasers or something like that. I don't know which one was it, but I think it was one of those.
yeah,
Yeah, man. Because to be honest with you, like, okay, I understand, right? Nas, Jay-Z, those guys are like the pioneers when it comes to the rap game, right? That really changed the rap game. Because back in the day, it was nothing but it was only about like lyrically, like you had to be lyrically gifted. Like if you weren't lyrically gifted, you were not given a mic, like a microphone to come on stage and say what you gotta say, you know. And
yeah,
then, but of course, right? And then you got what do you call it? Notorious, and then you got Tupac. Like their flows and their lyrically together, it was like, what the hell, bro? It was like insane. And from there, you start getting, it's so
yeah,
funny. You start getting those, right? And then now, when you listen to rap now, right now, bro, it's not even like that no more. It's not like it's like changing into like a song instead of rap. So they're more concentrated on the flow, right? And on the beat than the lyrics, you know?
yeah,
So it basically went like how do you explain it, bro? It basically went straight to the beat. Like the beat basically, like if you have a fire beat and then you could mumble on it, that's it. Like you're considered top five. I'm talking about now. But back in the day, it wasn't like that. Back in the day, maybe because there was no like technology, no instruments to be like, who has the best beat. But if you're lyrically gifted and then you have two guys behind you beatboxing or hitting the drum or whatever, and and then if you could like spit, bro, yo, broski, like you're top five, dog.
yeah.
So
And
it's insane, fam.
yeah. I mean, music nowadays has changed a lot too. Like nowadays too, it's more so the vocals than anything else too. Because like nowadays, more artists are like playing with their vocals than like anything else. Like whether it's like changing like the riff of like the breath takes, changing like the style of how they say like certain words, like enunciation, the
Yeah,
way that they would kind of like play with their like octaves and all that too. Like it also plays like a role in like how
yeah.
it sounds too. Like I mean, Playboy Cardi, like he uses like autotune a lot, but like now he's doing this whole like lowered down like sound in some of his stuff too, like especially like on Fiend and all that too. Like and like there were like other rappers that called him out, overusing like style because everyone knew either Cardi from like the baby like voice and all that, or from like another sound too. But yeah, I mean that's more so like the new artists nowadays too. Drake, I think he's making music for the youth now than for his older fan base as well too. So like with his older fan base, it's because like he would be more with like the raps and all that. He would be more lyrical, but then he
Yeah.
realized that like younger kids are like listening to him nowadays too. So he kind of has to change like the flow, the style, and all that. The way he would like enunciate like certain words and all that. Like that's why he's like doing songs of like Yeet and like Yachty. And yeah, I think it just kind of goes from there and all that because with the attention span and with everything else too, like they also play like a big factor in like how the change of sound like happens because like not everyone's gonna take in like 40, 50 bars of different lifestyles and all that too. So give me a sec. So I think the next topic in mind is the Bell Media selling 45 station radio stations amid layoffs. This is like just something that just really like happened recently and all that too. And I think Justin Trudeau even said like it was like a disgusting like format and all that too. So give
You
me a
say
sec.
disgusting?
Yeah, he literally said it was like a disgusting act and all that. So this is like what the article said. Like Bell Media is ending multiple television and newscasts and making other programming cuts after its parent company announced widespread layoffs and the sale of 43 out of its 103 regional radio stations. In an internal memo to Bell Media employees on Thursday, news stations such as CTV and BNN Bloomberg will be affected immediately, and these are mainly like in British Columbia, Ontario, Quebec, and Atlanta, Canada. Um, Basically it's signed by such and such, the vice president of local TV, radio, and Bell Media Studios. And the other vice president of news at Bell Media said weekday new newscasts at all CTV stations except Toronto would end. It'll also scrap its 6 p.m. and 11 p.m. newscasts on weekends at all CTV and CTV2 stations except Toronto, Montreal, and Ottawa. Multi-skilled journalists would replace news correspondent and technician teams reporting to CTV National News in Alberta, Manitoba, Quebec, and Atlanta, Canada, while other correspondent changes would be made, like in Ottawa. So basically, like some people were having like some issues with it. Some employees have already been notified or were to be informed Thursday of being laid off, while the balance will be told by the spring. The other person said the company will use vacancies and natural attrition to minimize layoffs as much as possible. And they're also ending certain programs within specific parts of the CTV news channel, which will be replaced by 4-hour news broadcasts on weeknights beginning at 6 p.m. So and I guess it's been like that, most recently too. And a lot of it has to do with just like funding, like certain companies, because there's Rogers Bell, like Telus, the two main ones within, like I think the three main ones within like media are Rogers Bell, like and Shaw. So usually it depends on the amount of viewerships that do tend to take over and all that. With Bell, because they have to also like allocate like resources for budgeting for like the amount of people they have to pay cuts, all that type of stuff too. So usually some people prefer like having cuts and trade and also like kind of like different like styles within program than anything else to kind of appease to their budget and all that too. So
Yeah, bro. To be honest with you, man, before I begin, um, Bell, to be honest with you, basically is I really think my favorite network in Canada when it comes to all the networks, right? You got Rogers, you got Fido, you got Telus. Even though they're subdivisions to like but within the Rogers and Bell, but Bell there's really no issues with Bell, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's the only issue with Bell, to be honest, is price, It's really expensive, but what doesn't make sense to me is that if if you really own, right? If you really own companies like Fido, right? Telus, Freedom, like all these networks, right? Why is it like they receive a lesser network, right? Because now, for example, Canada's like Bell's like Canada's what do you call it? Like network, right? It's I don't think it's Rogers. Rogers is like it's just coming out, but Bell is much older, right? So Bell owns majority, excuse me, majority of the like of everything in Canada, right? Even though they say Rogers faster than Canada, I don't really I mean faster than Bell. I really don't believe it because they're all the same, bro.
Yeah,
Because I'm not gonna lie to you, right now I'm on Bell, right? I'm on Bell 5G. And to keep it real with you, man, 5G, it's like unless you're in a specific area that has 5G, you're not using the full capacity speed of 5G,
yeah,
which is sad. Like I mean, because before Bell, I was on what do you call it? I was on Fido, right? And the reason why I went from Fido to Bell is because Bell, they were offering a deal where you get 120 gigabyte. Imagine 120 gigabyte for basically the same price I'm paying with Fido. So I moved to Bell. And to keep it real with you, bro, it's the same shit. The only difference is that you get high definition, meaning when you stream with Bell, when you're on your internet or anything on the go, it's high definition. So you have that high definition network, right? But other than that, that network is really, really sad, bro. Because now they're telling me, oh, unless you're in a specific location, you won't be able to use the 5G plus, which is like, what the frick, bro? Because imagine you can go to America, right? They're telling Bell right now, you can go to America or you can go to Mexico and you could use Bell service. But
yeah,
me, because me, I like speed. Like I'm addicted to speed. Like if you have that speed, bro, like if it never has that speed, that's what I'm going for. Like, okay, I could use your service anywhere, but what about the service, bro? Like what about the quality? Like if it's like for example, bro, like for example, right? I'm in Africa right now and you're in Canada and I'm calling you, okay, we're good, we're connected. But if there's no connection, right? No speed, because speed, of course, more
yeah,
speed, the more connection you have. It's like it doesn't matter. Like who cares? And to be honest with you, I think that's the reason, right? I think that's the main reason is that they're losing money, right? Bell is losing money, and the only thing they could survive in this game is to cut everything that's like that they have, right? Cause I don't know, bro. Cause I'm seeing the news, not news lately, but of course they do show this on the news, but it's because it's a private thing and they're scared because of people might wake up and like protest and like do riots and stuff. But we're going into a digital time, meaning that everything that we do, right, our daily life will be digital. So our money will be digital. That's one thing that they have started, and this has started 2009 crypto. I don't know if you heard about crypto, but that's one thing that they have started. And now it's basic communication, right?
yeah,
And I don't know, there was one thing that I read on the topic, right, regarding Bill is that Bill, they're saying they're not getting the memo, right? So Bill is starting to realize that corporations and governments in the world are moving towards this agenda where it's like more digitalized, right? And Bill are not getting the memo. So they're saying that, okay, if they're gonna move in that type of direction, we should we should also do the same. So what they're doing is right now is that they're cutting, right? That's what really hurts some of the things because they're not getting they're not getting the information too. So what they're doing right now is that they're cutting all the networks that they have, like all the radio stations. Because to be honest with you, bro, no one listening to radio stations no more, man.
yeah,
Unless it's like Unless like you're plugging your iPhone to the freaking car or anything, you're not listening to a radio, fam. Like unless you're like plugging your YouTube, Netflix, or what do you call it? I don't know, like all those streaming services, like all those music streaming services, podcasts, for example. Like if you're not like those are getting more views than radio stations. Like think about it. Like me, bro, like the last time I heard a radio station was like a long while back. And now if I go to a radio station, they're not even there no more. Like 93.5. You know 93.5 flow?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
They actually,
they're not
yeah,
even
they,
there no more, fam. They're like I don't know, they're not even in the freaking system anymore. So it's like, yo,
yeah,
bro, like I feel like, yeah, man, I feel like there's a lot of things happening and we're not aware of. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
We're not aware of, and we're not getting like what do you call it? The say like you know how like like for example, like when we go to eat, right? We have a menu like on the top, so we know where we're getting, right? So we know the price of that combo, and we know what's in that like in that burger, right? But when it comes to this, we're not getting none of that shit, fam. We get in it, right? And they're like, okay, this is happening, do, and then boom. And the only choice we have is to work with it, is to use our freaking brain and then work with it. But we don't get it. Like we don't get the what's that word, fam? Like we don't get like the heads up. Yeah, the heads up. We don't get that. And now Bella's like Bella's saying, fuck it. Like if we're not getting a heads up, fam,
yeah. No, I definitely know what you
and a good
mean. Not,
thing, yeah, and a good thing about Bell right now is that they're saying that we need more Canadian content. I don't know if you heard, but they're saying that we need more Canadian content because a lot of Canadian content out there are not being spread in the world. Because think about it, fam. America is really colonizing the whole world. Like now in Canada, the majority of things that we see is American. So now because they're realizing that we have a lot of artists, we have a lot of Canadian businesses that are booming right now. So we're saying that we should capitalize on those and then we should present it. So
yeah,
yeah, bro. I think that's why Bell Media is moving that type of direction, man. But to be honest with you, bro, if all things work well, this it's gonna be really good, bro. I feel like Canada will probably benefit in this digital world, to be honest.
yeah. I'm gonna give my take on this too, and there are like some things that I do want to add on. Usually radio stations are being played as well too, but they're being played like unsynchronously and all that. Like like usually like or like in non-viewer like playtime and all that. So because like usually with viewer playtime, there's like usually like someone like actually like listening to it and all that. Like non-viewer playtime, it'll mainly be played like in the background and all that too. So if you go to like a Tim Hortons or if you go to like a McDonald's or like any other restaurant or business too, there's someone like playing it like in their system. It's not like it's not like people are forcing themselves to like listen to it on their own. The restaurant or like the establishment is like actually like sort of forcing it on the people to like listen to kind of get some vibrancy like in the air and all that. So there is like viewer like playtime like on that sense too, from whatever market or establishment there is. Some cars too, they don't have like an iPod system or like an iPhone system or like an aux cord to kind of play from like another person's device too. So some people are stuck to being like playing like the radio and all that too. And like even with some businesses too, like they do kind of do that. I'd say for peace and quiet and all that too. I mean, some play their own music, but it kind of like depends as well too. So I'd say like also with the whole like radio industry too, it is, yes, it is correct that it is like a dying breed nowadays too, and like even with like media too, because if we look at bigger cities too, like even smaller cities are conglomerating with bigger cities to showcase their content on other like on like the main channel and all that too. So I'd say like City TV for example too, because before, like when you click on the original like City TV like YouTube page, it'll mainly be from stuff like in the city in Toronto and all that. But now like they're getting other people from other parts of Canada to showcase their content for people to watch and all that too, making it more of a universal channel than anything else too. That's the same thing with like content nowadays too. So they're trying to make it more universal than anything else too. Not knowing with smaller cities and smaller areas, they have like different situations going on, different rules, different subsets. So they would have to showcase like their media like in that way too. So a situation like maybe in Toronto doesn't equate for someone to know like in Halifax or like Charlottetown or anywhere in Quebec and all that too. So that's why they would need their own media station. And since they can't have it anymore too, like their only way of gaining that information is for like a local newspaper or like online in that sense too. And I feel like you, as you said, there are
Yeah, and now you also need licenses. Justin Trudeau was like, so for example, now, right, if you do have a podcast or anything related to that in Canada, you need to acquire a license. I don't know what the license is for. Like, why do you need a license, bro? The frick? Like, why do you need a license to do a podcast from? Like, what is that?
I feel like from what he's saying, I'm assuming it's if the podcast is like accruing like many like money and all that. Like let's say if a well successful podcast is making up to like maybe over 100,000 like a year and all
So
that,
it's
or
not. Yeah, but to be honest with you, bro, it's not. So it's not like a license, fam. We don't need a license to do that. Okay, if there's a certain tax we gotta pay, we'll pay that. But license, you know what that means? Like to keep it real with you, bro. I think a license, fam, is basically they're gonna control in what we do. So it's basically saying that we're gonna have a filter on the things that we say. Cause think about it, fam. I don't know, but if you haven't seen like, for example, Instagram, X, which is before it used to be known Twitter, right? Facebook, they're in deep trouble, fam. Like they're like in big trouble because they don't have no filter, meaning that you could do whatever you want. Like you could show whatever you want, you could do whatever you want, and you could say whatever you want. So because of those three big companies, right now, like they're trying to control every freaking little thing. Like every little thing, which to be honest with you is not fair. I mean, cause think about it, right? Has I seen in history free like free speech is what makes you it's what makes you what do you call it? Like unique, right? Is what makes you yourself creative, right? So if they control your creativity, it's hard, fam, because everyone's gonna be doing the same thing. You know, everyone's gonna be doing the same thing over and over again. And then what? They're gonna be like, okay, yo, bro, like you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah,
you know what's so funny? Someone probably I don't know if you heard like I don't know if you heard a story about Facebook and Facebook. Facebook was not the original network. Like that was taken from someone else, you know? But of course that's like a long time ago. But I'm just saying like
yeah,
I mean when it comes to the license and stuff, you know,
yeah,
that's scary, bro. That's
yeah.
basically privacy. Like privacy is no more.
Yeah, I know nowadays too. They can't have like certain media platforms on Instagram or anything owned by Meta and all that too, unless it comes like
Yeah.
within the Canadian government too. So like Trudeau, so you can't really post like a CTV article or anything else on Facebook or Meta or like anything else too and all that too because it kind of defies like even if you like type a post like from the Canadian like about the Canadian government about like let's say Justin Trudeau is such and such and such, and if it's like nothing within regarded as a fact and all that too, you could actually have your information being spied upon by the government as well too, which as you said, it breaches like privacy and all that. It breaches like a lot of stuff too, and it causes like like more harm than good and all that too. Like it kind of causes like issues and trust and all that too. But then there are others that do kind of conform into it, and they just do like what they have to do and all that. So which is crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be scary, fam.
Yeah.
if we can benefit, okay, like, if we could benefit off that, okay, like if we can't be wealthy, but if they really want to control our wealth, and then on top of that, control our content and control our creativity, man, that's gonna be
Yeah.
depressing, bro.
Yeah, that's gonna
That's
be a
gonna be
very
really
feeling.
depressing,
Yeah.
really depressing, fam.
Yo, I think like I want to move this like topic on right now. I don't know if you know about like China's like social credit system by any chance.
Yeah, I heard about that, fam. That's crazy. You know what they say in China? In China, if you're crossing freaking road, fam, right? If they catch you lacking on the road and they see you like doing what do you call it, jaywalking, yo, fam, they're putting you on a freaking screen on in the city. So they have a big screen, right? A big monitor, and they put you in that system. And they say, okay, this guy or this lady will their credit score will go down.
Yeah,
So each wrong you do, each mistake or wrong you do, your credit score gets penalized
yeah,
off of that.
yeah. Nah, it's
Do you
crazy.
think that's right?
Yeah, I mean it is kind of messed up too. For me, like when I usually look at a certain topic too, I kind of look at the good and bad and all that. But even before I get to the good and bad, I want to read about it first too. So just for people to like tap in. So China's social credit system has been compared to Black Mirror, Big Brother, and every other dystopian future sci-fi writers can think of. It's more complicated. So the idea for social credit came about back in like 2007, which with projects announced by the government as an opt-in system in 2014, but there's a difference between the government system and private corporate visions. So, and basically they explained it. So, unveiled in 2014 plan, pieces of the system are already in place, and the Chinese government appears to be targeting at a 2020 goal. So it just started like recently. So there's no one social credit system. Instead, like local governments have their own social record system that work differently, while unofficial private versions are operated at companies like like from banks and credit card companies and all that. So they use like shopping habits among other data to inform credit style scores on an opt-in basis. So like usually, like as you said too, so like how does the social credit system work? So the target eventually is that the government system will be countrywide, with businesses given a unified social credit code and citizens an identity number, all linked to permanent record. So if you go to a Credit China website and have an entity's credit code, you can type that and pull up credit records. Individuals who have like ID linked codes, it's less a score and more of a record. So there is like a blacklist that's part of the official government social credit system, which means if you owe the government money, for example, you could lose certain rights, and between like a low social credit score and being blacklisted. So
But what does that tell you, bro? What does that tell you, to be honest?
it's basically it's like kind of showing like, hey, if you do good, you'll get like these like rewards and all this other type of stuff too. But even if you do something minor, it's like like crossing over like a red light, or like littering, like your social credit system can be bad. And I've actually seen videos about this, and like, so in some cases there are perks and benefits, and others it's like you're violating your human rights, like in a sense too, and all that. And I mean, YouTubers have been making like videos about this. Other like news entities have been making sources about this. I saw like this one where like I think this old like Chinese lady was like kind of noticing what her neighbors were doing, and she would like send that information over to the government too, which is kind of crazy as well too. So but
Yeah, and the scary thing about it, if it works over there, like if it works in China, the other countries will use it too.
yeah,
Because think about it. It's all a test, fam. You know how we play like Monopoly, how we play those games, how you play those strategy games, and has I realized, of course, it's not like a big thing, but there's little things that have witnessing have I saying is that once it works in a specific location and the people start getting accepted, not only that, but their economy, right? The economy of that country, the structure of the economy, the peace, the unity, if there's no problem and it increases, other countries will okay, you know, we're gonna use that too. Because think about it, the whole thing about this world as we see is that what is how can we find a way to control the people but also give them what they need, right? Give them what they ask. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this new thing, as I said, this digital thing, because this is digital. This is what we call digital. What do you call it? Digital identity, meaning that they know everything about you. You know what I'm saying? So if you do one, like, imagine, bro, if you do one slight thing, one like tiny, tiny mistake, that's it. Like you're finished.
Yeah.
That's you know how tough that is, bro.
Yeah. Like
Like
you know
you
you.
got you to be honest with you, fam, you just gotta be like in that case, I'd rather just be religious. Like, cause you know what I'm saying? Like just stay, be a religious person, bro. Cause it's like it's insane, man.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like when I look at like a certain situation, I look at the good and bad. I'd say if we even like look at like some of the good stuff about it, I mean, it regulates this whole like good bad behavior system or like operant
Yeah.
conditioning and all that too. So like if you do good, you kind of get like rewards and all that. If you do bad, you know, you get punished. So like let's say you donate to charity or you help a homeless person out or you know you help police officers at like the scene of the crime or through a police investigation with your own details, like let's say your social credit like goes up, so they'll probably like look at it as you know you kind of get like maybe like more of a higher paycheck or you know like less charges like on rent and all that versus or like you know like less charges on like certain items you want to purchase like a car or like groceries and all that versus like let's say you do something minor as like you know like littering or you know spending money on video games or like other stuff too or like buying like alcohol at an alarming like rate and all that too, so that social credit can go down like in China and it could affect to like even like you know buying like certain things too like buying groceries or paying rent and all that type of stuff too, and even if you do something as like major like a crime and you get like blacklisted too, it'll affect you know your way of like finding a home and all that type of stuff too, and
Yeah,
there are
so that's bad too, bro.
yeah
Cause think
so
about it. Do you really think that like that's needed? It's instead of this, they should instead of this, right? They should find a way in order. They should find a way to, find a way to help people like in their necessities, like help finding them a shelter or help finding them a job, right? Or help finding them education or help finding them food, like food to eat. But what is this? Like digital, we don't need that, bro. Like we don't need to see what the other man, like the other person is doing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah
Because we will know what we doing, bro. And we're basically gonna watch another Grammy, fam. Like it's like watching a Grammy, bro. Like it's
yeah
insane, man. It's not right,
yeah
bro.
I
It's
mean for
not
the
right. It's not
yeah
good.
I mean, for them, they look at it as like you know, like a morale change. You know, like helping society in that sense too. But who are you like really like
But
helping
it's
out and all?
not. I don't think it's helping. I don't think this
Yeah,
what they found out, this digital thing, I don't really think it's helping society, fam. What it's really doing is benefiting the higher power, right? It's benefiting the rich. Like they said, the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. Because think about it, fam. The rich right now is they will not go down. The rich will be forever rich because they will control you in whatever you do. So right now it's like they're playing a game on us. So we're basically saying, hey, Yom, I think Yom right now is walking the sidewalk. Let's see if he jaywalks. And if this guy jaywalks, fam, I'm taking bare points from this guy, dog. Can you imagine, fam?
yeah, it's
That's some
crazy.
cold-hearted shit, dog.
Yeah, yeah,
Cold-hearted, bro.
and you know it doesn't work with like every other country too. I don't think it's gonna work with any country at all, because they look at the idea of like empathy and care and all that type of stuff too. You know, they look at like helping others first than like anything else. With China, it's like because they have like a boosting economy with the amount of like businesses and corporations being involved in like helping out with their products too, they kind of look at it as like the way like you have to work. It's like either work or you're be gone and all that from society and all that too. And that's like that morale that has been held within like
And
many
it,
like Eastern.
and it's so scary. Think about
Yeah,
it, bro. Like we just said now, if you don't do it, we're gonna take your life.
yeah,
So of course I got no choice. I gotta do it, bro. I'm not trying to die out
yeah,
here.
yeah,
Uh-huh. Crazy,
yeah.
dog.
It's crazy too. Yeah, no, it's wild, man.
And the thing, yeah, and like I said, if it works over there, it's gonna come down here to the west side. And the thing, and the scary thing about the west side, they don't play that, bro.
I think we'll go on like the next topic right now, which is like the whole Krishan Rock situation. Yeah, I'm just gonna like lower my mic down, but like if you can like hear me for a bit too, like I'm just like right here. But yeah, I think like this is also like another crazy like one as well too. So give me one quick sec. And this so basically this social media star who is like famous on TV made a comment on like the war in Gaza is happening. So I'm just gonna play a clip right here.
So that's why it's happening right there. Like all them people that's bowing down with them carpets that's on the floor, they bowing down to a God that said
I can't hear it. I can't
to
hear it.
worship his son,
Yeah.
to accept
All right. Let me take off my headphones for a bit too.
his son first. So and then they making big palaces of it. Like, like they really standing and sticking behind it. Like they made laws about their religion. So I'm kinda like where Jesus was born at, they over there believe in something that's totally have nothing to do with him. Right? Or yeah. No. Cause like I seen videos where they pray at is cockroaches and infested with like so what is God trying to tell us? That's what I want to know from this whole situation. Like, well, what is the message behind the chaos? Like, yeah, we know war to war, but it's like, okay, things always happen for a reason, and it's happening. What is the reason behind it? Not the economic, the political. They don't believe in Jesus, so that's why it's happening. The political reason. I want to know the spiritual reason behind it. Like, then they say, girl, it's the same God. No, Jesus is different. Like, Jesus is the Messiah. Jesus is the Son of God. Jesus is the representation of God. And then God told us if we don't accept his son, we don't receive anything out of it. So us praying to Allah, God, it's kind of like pointless if you don't receive Jesus. That's basically what's written in the word in so many words. So I just feel like where the place was Jesus born at. Like, what do y'all think? You think I'm like off or what? Political reason I want to.
All right, yo. What do you think so far and all that?
To be honest with you, like to answer her question, yeah, I think she's like well off. Like she's well off on topic. I do not think she really educated herself before talking on this serious topic. Because right now there is something serious really going on in the Middle East, and I mean to help her out, uh, they do believe in Jesus, right? The Palestinians, they do believe in Jesus, and they do believe that he will be, he will be coming, to save all of us. So what she said on that is really, I mean, sad, you know.
Yeah,
But I mean, that is a hard topic because that land, that area is like the Holy Land, and she doesn't know that like Jerusalem, it's in Palestine, right? It's in that like that area. So
yeah.
that is crazy, man. It's crazy because I don't know. Because knowing Christian, right? Was her name Christian? Christian John?
Uh,
I never knew she was that type of person that, I thought she was like more like that tomboy, you know what I'm saying, that rapper, that hardcore shit. I never knew she really um cared about, or know about the information. So for her to talk on that, that's like I don't know, bro. That's serious. Cause of course, a lot of people gonna listen to her. You know, a lot of people gonna like, gonna be like shocked, like, oh my god, like she's talking about this. Oh my, what should we do? This.
Yeah,
But to be honest, broski, like she was wrong for that, cause she doesn't know. Like
yeah.
so what she said was she said like the Jews are more, they know Jesus than the Palestinians. Is that what she was saying?
I think because like she assumed that like the Palestinians were mainly like Muslim, like that, she kind of like misinterpreted like the way that they were like doing prayer because they use like a special like rug for prayer and all that. But yeah, I mean there were like a lot of like inconsistencies on what she said. There are like Palestinian like Christians out there as well too, like as you said too, like it was like founded within like the realm of Jerusalem within Christianity. And I this
No,
is like
but no, but but the thing is, you don't have to be Christian in order to believe in order to believe in Jesus Christ, because it even says in the Quran, right, that Jesus will be coming to save all of us. That's what she has to understand, because now all, cause think about it, bro. All religions, they all have Jesus in their books,
yeah,
right, saying that he's gonna come back and he's gonna save all of us. So for him saying that they don't believe, they do believe. Like
yeah,
they probably believe in him more than others. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
But that's cold, man. She really disrespected it, and
yeah,
she was not supposed to do that. To be honest,
yeah.
you know.
I know with her. I've done like a little bit of research about her, so now she believes she's like a God fearing woman that is usually watching like a lot of like Christian based like media and all that, and I think she was like kind of like unaware of the whole idea of like religion nowadays too, because with the Quran, like it also places like Jesus among the greatest prophets, so they kind of look at him as like a prophet of God and was like born to like a virgin and all that. Whereas with Jews, they believe that he was neither the Jesus of Nazareth was the Messiah nor the Son of God and all that too. So they don't hold like much more of idolatry like phase of like Jesus Christ and all that too. I mean, with someone like her, I mean, a lot of people like who are like confined to like one area of their life, they're not gonna really explore like different parts of the world and all that too. Like they're only confined into like what they like see and all that too. So this girl, Krishan Rock, was born like in like America, like in Maryland, and then lived all around. I don't think she has been to other countries like in the world and all that.
But
Uh,
she's followed. But she was followed what she said, bro. And not only that, fam. Like even in her media, in like even the way she portrays herself, she portrays herself as a person that doesn't care, right? She gets what she wants. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like she's a god. She's trying to be a God fearing woman. She just it's like she just wanted to enter in that discussion. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
And the sad thing about it, no one is gonna really talk to her or check her, you know, unless she's like
yeah,
outside,
yeah,
like, you know, where the places at the how they really
yeah,
get down. Unless she's not down there, no one's gonna come up to her and into the media and say, "Oh," and she's not gonna care, bro. Like even if you tell her to comment her, she's not gonna care because
yeah,
she's probably high right now. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So to be honest with you, like
yeah,
that's crazy, fam.
yeah. I
And
usually,
it's even sad. Like it's even
yeah,
sad. Like we talking about her, but it's
yeah,
for just to help her out. I feel like she should just keep on doing what she was doing
yeah,
before.
yeah. I mean, I compare someone like that to, there's like a guy named like I think Herschel Walker who was trying to run for like senator in like Georgia and all that too, and he was like a former like football player. So when you have people from like different industries that try to get into different formats of life and they're not as like well versed like on that, they're only gonna have like the interpretation of like what they know and like what they see rather than like the bigger picture too. And like that's why with certain roles it's usually best for people of a high caliber to even take part in that too. Like I mean, even Kanye at one point wanted to be president, and Donald Trump was like president too, and like they come from like different industries where it's a different experience, a different like byproduct too, and that's why it's only like versed for certain people to be on that. Like that's why more people do feel safe with like Joe Biden being president than a Donald Trump or a Kanye West or a Herschel Walker and all that too,
Herschel
because
Walker, what is he? He's a politician.
he used to be a football player for the NFL, and then he tried running as a senator or a governor for Georgia, and then he lost to like another guy and all that.
Cheers. WhatsApp video.
Oh, sorry, that was one caller.
Yeah, no worries.
So he used to be an NFL player, like top player.
Yeah, like I'd say he was pretty good, and then he said I'm running for Georgia, like I'm running for like senator or like governor for Georgia and all that. Had like a good campaign. People like he was like pretty much talked about within CNN for maybe like a 3 to 6 month period and all that too, with a lot of like politicians and other people claiming, he's not like well versed or has like the knowledge to even be run like a certain like position like that and all that, because like like that, even like that same situation when I think Tommy Lauren like called out like LeBron and saying like shut up and dribble like after the whole like Michael Jordan situation. Like that's how like most people like kind of look at like certain people too, like why are you speaking about a certain industry if you don't know about it? Just stick to like what you know and all that. And I feel like everyone has like the right to like retain knowledge in whatever they want to do, but
Yeah.
they have to retain knowledge like within the right way to know what's going on rather than just giving like an
So but do you think what she said is like, do you think she had any audacity in what she was saying, or do you think we should just like let her go? You know those ones like you think she had any audacity? Like, do you think she said that out of anger, or do you think she just said that out of what do you call it? Like,
yeah,
I'm saying what I'm saying, and because think about it, right? I know for a beginner, right? For someone that doesn't know anything about it, I understand. Okay, the Israelites are the ones that we should follow, right? The Israelites are the one that are the God's chosen people. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? I understand where she's coming from, but in the end, you cannot, you cannot say something like that, which is foul.
yeah. Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying?
yeah. I feel like for like the context from what I found it on is that she watched something and then got emotional and then started to speak more on that, and then I feel like she was going off on emotion than anything else too, rather than taking everything in and all that. And yeah, I feel like maybe someone should have took the phone from her and maybe just only like have like a team only post her stuff and all that too. But and it has worked with some people too, because some people will post like random stuff and then they realize it's giving like clout chasing, or it's just doing the most and all that too. And usually people who have like management teams that manage the social media than artists who manage their own social media, I feel like you don't really hear as like much on like certain stuff and all that too. Like I think like NLE Choppa, like I think I remembered he used to post like a lot like on social media back then, like on his own, and then I think his management team took his social media away from him and all that, and they just started posting like what would be acceptable like content and all that too, because like you can't just post like anything and not expect like
To get backlash.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, man. But yo, we have like a couple more topics, and one that's like actually important right now is like the whole like NBA trade deadline. How
Yeah.
do you even like feel about like the whole like trade deadline nowadays too? Because we received Kelly Olynyk and I think another player for like Otto Porter Jr. and I think someone else too, and then I think Patrick Beverly like also like got traded as well too, and like I think the Bucks, and then like whole lot of like other players as well too.
I
So
also thought we were gonna get Spencer Dinwiddie.
and then I think they waived him. I think
That's cool, bro. I was really excited because that guy was nice. Then I heard that he went to freaking Los Angeles Lakers, bro.
yeah,
That was me, dog. Cause that guy was nice, bro. Cause think about Raptors, we need shooters. Like we need 3-point shooters. Like we need like straight out shooter. Cause we got slashers. Like we got people that could dunk, that could fly. that could do layup, play defense, all that. But we need straight up shooters. Like we need like how am I gonna say it, family? We need like Devin Booker. We need Middleton. We need Steph Curry. You know what I'm saying? We need Kevin Durant. We need shooters, bro.
Yeah.
Cause yo, bro, our team is stacked, fam. Like our team is
Yeah.
real good.
Yeah.
Like we need like shooters.
Yeah.
And trading for RJ Barrett was probably amazing, amazing move. I did not really think that we will make that type of move.
Yeah.
But yo, broski, that Messiah, that guy needs a freaking what do you call it, keys to the city, bro. Like that guy makes moves, fam. Like of course, OG, and Pascal Siakam. I mean, those are our guys. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. I love them. They're really like amazing players. But getting rid of them and acquiring players like RJ Barrett and stuff like that, man, you need balls.
Yeah.
You need a heart. Like
Yeah.
you need to be cold blooded. Cause imagine we gave away our superstar, our freaking all star. Probably might if he plays like this, Siakam, he might become a Hall of Famer, right? Giving away who do we get? We didn't even get nobody from freaking Indiana, bro.
Yeah. I think we're getting like maybe like some draft picks, like, but I think that's it and all that.
Nah, bro. Yeah, that's
But
that, man. We to be honest with you, like that should be like a
yeah.
1-1 with Tyler, bro.
Yeah.
Like we should at least get Tyler, but
Yeah.
not getting Tyler then getting picks. I feel like that was a win for Indiana.
Yeah.
That was a loss for Toronto. That was a win for Indiana, right?
Yeah.
But with the New York Knicks, that's like a 50-50 because OG right now is killing it in New York.
Yeah.
Shout out to OG. Yeah, man, that guy. I mean, he was a nice player in Toronto, but right now, he's putting up numbers in New York. But RJ Barrett, he's a young player. He's a better shooter, right? He's a better shooter than OG. So you know,
Yeah.
it's just time to be honest with you. But yo, bro, I don't know, man. Toronto, they have a chance, broski. They're moving in a
Yeah.
in a good way, in a good way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
But
mean,
other than, huh?
I
Sorry.
mean, other
Okay.
than that, I mean, right now they are prioritizing on their new players, so like Scotty Barnes and then also Grady,
Our rookie Scotty Dick, what's it, Scott? What's it, Dick?
like Grady Dick
Gary
or something
Dick,
like that.
Gary Dick. Yeah,
So like they're trying to promote those two than what we have right now. I mean, because like when they look at like Scotty Barnes, young has like a lot of potential. You
I
know,
call him Giannis, bro. He played just like Giannis.
yeah, and
He's like a strong buff player. He's not like a scorer, but he's like he will give you rebounds. Like he will go to the basket every freaking possession. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And he's aggressive. Like he has confidence.
yeah,
He's not scared. He doesn't
yeah.
fear nobody.
And I mean, Grady Dick. I mean, he's also I think a good player as well too. I mean, I think he plays like what center or power forward
No,
from
no,
what.
no. He's a shooter.
Oh,
He's
he's a
a
shooter as well too. Oh, shit.
Yeah. He's a shooting guard.
Yeah,
They say he was the best shooter in the draft. Like on the
yeah,
NBA draft, he was the best shooter in the draft. That's why to be honest with you, that's why they acquired him. Personally, I didn't know him, but once I start seeing his videos and stuff, he has an amazing form. He knows how to handle the ball. His vision in the game is amazing. He plays defense. All they really got to do is give him time, like give him
yeah,
minutes.
yeah,
He dropped what 16 points one game, what 16, 20 points, 2 or 3 games. If they give him more minutes, give him more ball possession, that's what. But the thing about Toronto, fam, what really, what really kills me is that they're so specific on ISO play. Like their main, their main gameplay is ISO, meaning that if you're a good player in Toronto, their ISO play and offense and their defense. That's what they really that's what they're really thinking. But if they could really play like what do you call it? Like their style of play, right? If their style of play when it comes to offense, their defense is amazing. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. They're like top 5 when it comes to defense, right? But they're offensively if they move something like San Antonio, right? Um, something like the triangle, right? So you have like three players getting involved, but giving the ball for just one player, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
Like that never worked.
Yeah.
Like starting with Jordan,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Starting with Kobe, that never worked.
Yeah.
So right now they have to really play as a team. And if they play as a team, broski, man, they're gonna be really nice.
Yeah.
Like they're really good, bro.
Yeah, I know for me, like the Raptors still have to prove themselves if they can make it like another like 2019 all over again and all that too, because it is like at a rough start right now. So I think we're like bottom fourth in the league right now, like in the Eastern Conference. So like way below, like like I mean it's like with Detroit and then I think some other teams too, and
Yeah, we should.
the
Like we bad. Like we're right now we're in the best team. We're the worst team in the Eastern Conference, fam.
yeah, like just
So
like
it's sad.
yeah. And I mean with these like recent trades too, because with Schroeder being traded to BK for like Spencer and all that too. I mean with Dennis, like he was good, and then I think maybe it's just the passion too, because like usually when you do play for like a city like Toronto too and all that, like no one wants to pay taxes, and no one wants to do like other stuff like that too. So, but when you
No, we
see,
don't have. To be honest with you, it's not that, fam. We don't have no like how Bell said it. We don't have that coverage. Like we don't have that freaking network, dog.
yeah,
Like it's not like New York. New York, fam. Once you enter New York, you're the hardest. Like you're the hottest guy, like hottest person in the world. Once you enter New York, meaning everything's on you. Like all eyes on you. But Toronto, it's like once you're in Toronto, fam, it's like you're what do you call it? It's like you're in what's that thing, fam? Like you're in a desert. Like no one
yeah,
knows you.
yeah,
No,
and
I'm telling you, fam. What it's not about the tax. I thought it was. I thought it was about a tax and all that. But what Toronto needs media coverage. Meaning that we need all the networks, right? Like for example, Fox, NBA TV, like I don't know, Sportsnet. Like I don't some I really don't know like some networks in America, but NBC, right? NBC or NCBC, like all those heavy like big networks, we need that coverage in Canada. That's the only way. That's the only way we could improve our recognition.
yeah,
Cause think about it, when Kawhi came to America, right? When Kawhi came to Toronto, it really shocked a lot of people, right? But guess what? Even when he came to Toronto, we didn't even get no freaking we didn't even get no freaking Christmas game. Think about it, fam. A Christmas game, bro. When you have
yeah,
a Christmas game, you're considered the biggest team in the NBA.
yeah,
After winning a ring, fam, we didn't even get a freaking Christmas game, dog. Can you imagine how
yeah,
disrespectful that is?
and
That's mad disrespectful, fam.
and that's like usually with like a lot of like coverage for like Canadian teams and all that. Like I remembered the Grizzlies had that same effect too, and like they were like moved to Memphis and all that too. I feel like it's gonna be like the same thing for Toronto if we don't pick up like as much and all that too, because they're gonna have to like look for like a random like city and then move Toronto like over there too, even though it'll kind of like disrupt like the whole like Canadian fan base that it already had and all that too, because like now everyone in Canada is only tuning into Toronto, whereas people would used to like tune into like other cities in Canada where they had like teams and all that too, because like back then there was a Vancouver like Grizzlies too where like Mike Bibby
Yeah,
played and all that too, and like some good heavy hitters too. I think Shahar, like Abdul Ratif and all that, they
yeah,
all
yeah,
played,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I remember them.
and yeah, and I feel like it might be heading for Toronto too, but hopefully it doesn't for the city and all that. I feel like there is like still like a chance for us to actually like do make it and to actually be respected again too. I feel like it just has to take time, like like just time and patience and all that too. I mean, because like now you have like Stephen A. Smith and all that, Skip. You have all these other people like dishing out on Toronto, like not even like giving them acknowledgments too. Like they're only looking for an LA Boston like championship, which is pretty much never gonna happen and all that too. I think like right now, if we are being serious, I feel like OKC or Minnesota might have a better chance like playing against like Boston or the Bucks and all that too. I feel like just with what's going on, just with the amount of like players, like the amount of effort and all
Yeah.
that, like I feel like that's gonna be like within that route too because like those are like maybe like the only four teams that have like worked hard to kind of be where they are this year and all that, and hopefully it works.
Who's your favorite guy right now in the NBA?
I know Shy's like doing pretty well. Like Shy's like doing his thing. I think ever since like Dame went to Milwaukee and all that, he has been like a little better and all that too. Like it's like more confidence and all that, and I think it's just like being around a group of people who have like a winner's like mindset and all that too. Because you'll have like Brooke Lopez, you have like the Giannis and his bro like on there too. You have like other like people like on there that have like that whole like winning like mentality and all that. I think Jalen Brown's like with Milwaukee too. I don't know if
Jalen is that Boston? No.
I think Boston, but yeah, like and I think Dame, it has like never stopped and all that too. Boston, it has been like the same like since like last time too. I feel like it's just like better like development, like better technique and all that. Minnesota too. Surprisingly, they have been doing pretty good too.
Yeah, that
Um,
team, that team is fire.
yeah,
Edwards, that guy's a problem, fam.
yeah,
Nah, that guy is dangerous, bro. I swear to God, he's
yeah,
dangerous. That guy flies, bro. Right now, man, I'm not gonna lie to you, fam. My favorite player right now in the NBA, and I really think for the next 10 years is gonna be Luka Doncic.
yeah.
That
Luke,
guy, that
yeah,
guy, I'm telling you, fam. He has no what's that thing? He has no like he's cold blooded. Like he's cold blooded. Like meaning like you know how you I don't know about you, but when I see ball, like I don't only look at like of course the donks and stuff like that, but you could see it from the play, like from their face, like from the style of play. Fam, this guy, he's cold blooded, bro. Like he doesn't care, fam. Now they're saying, okay, right now he's lacking on defense, but yo, bro, the man is dropping 73 points. Was it 73 points, 16 rebounds, 10 assists? What the fuck? That high list, like that type of stats, broski, that's a monster. That's a monster
yeah,
stats.
yeah. I mean, with Luca, like you could be a great player with an above average team and all that too, but how far can it like take you and all that too? Like, can you get a chip from there? Can you
Cool.
even like
What do you
with the
call
Mavs
it?
and all that too? Because with Kyrie, I think he's doing his thing, but there has to be like a lot more done. Like, because I know like
Kyrie Irving, I'm not no disrespect to Kyrie Irving. He's an amazing player, but he needs to give it up to Luca.
yeah,
Okay, I understand. Okay, he's more of a man. He also had like man. He always had problems, man. Like this guy was a like he was an alpha player, but with LeBron James, he was more of like the second guy, but he always had that alpha attitude, and
yeah,
of course it's understood because yes, he's an amazing player, right? But the man he has to back up Luca. Like that's the only way they could win games.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I understand. Okay, he's Kyrie Irving. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But Luca, fam, that guy he has to
yeah,
give it up to Luca. That's
yeah,
the way he give it up to LeBron James. He has to be like, okay, this is Luca's team. That's the only way. Cause I see it. The way they play, bro, it's like they're competing, man. It's like they're dropping 20, 30
yeah,
points. Like they're not winning no games.
yeah,
Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like he rather have like a Chris Paul, like with Luca's style of play. It's like having another point guard, like more of a Chris Paul style of play.
yeah,
He doesn't need another shooter. You
yeah,
know what
and
he needs, Luca right now. He needs a Nicola. Yo, these are two guys right now that could give Luca a ring. Nicola, the guy from Denver
Jokic, yeah,
Nuggets,
yeah, yeah,
right? And then a guy like Jamal Murray or a Shy,
yeah,
Shy from
yeah,
OKC.
yeah,
Broski, if you can get those two players, my God, fam, that's a
yeah.
that's a ring, dog.
but I think even like that problem with the whole like Luca and Kyrie situation, it's age and experience and all that too. Kyrie, he's played since like 2011 and all that, like 2011, 2012. Luca just started like maybe 3 4 years like back and all that too. So
No,
obviously,
but yeah, I understand what you mean, but have you seen his resume? His Luca's resume within those 3 4 years?
and I mean he proved himself like in a way too and all that, but
Whoa, fam, this guy passed. This guy passed. He's almost right now. The way he's moving, of course, LeBron. Like, yeah, like of course, I know I probably might be talking overboard, but I gotta keep it 1,000, fam, because LeBron's about to retire right now. But Luca, when he came to the league, right, his numbers was matched to LeBron's. Even though LeBron came what 18 years old, what 18, 19.
yeah.
I forgot how old was LeBron when he came to the NBA, but 18, 19. Well, Luca came, what, 2021. I don't know. Hold on. Can I check it? Can we check it?
All right.
Because in the end is they're all gonna match to LeBron James. Because LeBron James right now, his stats are perfect. It's like a God given stats. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Check his stats. Check his first year, and then check LeBron's first year. Wait, and what year did he come to the game? Uh,
He came in 2018, I think so.
what, Luca?
Yeah, give me a sec. Give me a sec.
Like how old? Like how old was he when he came to the game?
So right now he's born in '99. He came in like 2018. So I'd say around that time he was like 18, like 18,
18
19.
years old
Yeah,
when he
around
came
that.
to the NBA?
I think so.
Are you sure, bro?
Age 19.
Wow.
At
And
age
LeBron, he
9,
came what? And LeBron, he came. What did he came? LeBron. He came at 18.
18.
18. Okay, so 1 year difference.
All right.
And how much did he average? How much did Luca average in his first year? No, he did not average 10 points. First year he averaged 10 points?
I'm.
No,
Let me just check.
he did not.
No, I think that's like game by game. So give me a
Oh,
sec.
that's my guy right now, bro. Look at that's my guy right now in the NBA.
If we're talking like a regular season, like like Luca
This
has
is
like
first. This is first year.
I'm assuming this has to be like the regular stuff. I couldn't really find the regular stuff,
So look
but
at it, bro. It's insane, dog.
yeah,
And if LeBron doesn't retire, he's giving Luca like a hard time, bro. Like a hard time.
yeah, no, most definitely. And I feel like if we, I could like maybe give it like another year or two, but I feel like with Luca, he could be better if he is like traded and all that too to like another like team that usually would prefer him and all that too. I feel like with Dallas, it can only take you as far as like a certain amount too, but I feel like it has to be with like loyalty and such too, and like I
But where
think
will you go? Where will you go?
I'd seem like well with like the Nuggets and all that. Boston as well too. I feel like maybe even the Bucks too. I feel like those three like teams. I feel like Doncic's like respect and comfortability would play well. Like I'd say like give it another year or two and all that too. I feel like it's just trying to condition because like Kyrie he just came to Dallas just like recently and all that too. So it does like take like a lot of time to kind of interact and all that. And yeah, it's but
But I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna perform the same way though.
yeah,
That's the only thing. I don't know if he's gonna perform the same
yeah,
way.
yeah, for sure.
So I don't know about
Yeah.
that.
Yo, we just leave like one topic right now. Do you want to like kind of save it for the next one, or do you want to like go over it like in a bit?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. With ball, I could talk forever. So we should go to the next one. Still.
Yeah. It's like so basically what happened is that they unveiled like changes to parental consent rules with like a lot of stuff too. So basically, the Alberta government unveiled a series of new policies regarding children and LGBTQ stuff, including ban on gender reassignment surgery for those age 17 and under, on hormone therapy for children age 15 and under, and like a lot of other stuff too. And this is like basically like a good amount of people agree with it and all that too, because they want like the children to kind of be within their same gender as they should, because like with the whole like gender sex situation, you could change like you can't like you sort of can change sex, not really, but you could like change gender by like the name, affirmation, all that type of stuff too. So like pronouns and all that type of stuff too. Alberta, which is like mainly a very like conservative province, like very like ultra conservative. They have a premier that is like conservative, and they just kind of make that change and all that too. So like, how do you even like feel about that nowadays and all that?
About like trans and stuff.
About like just like the recent policy that you can't change this unless you have like parental consent and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like so. And to be honest with you, when it comes to the trans stuff, I feel like it's like I feel like it's insane, man. To be honest with
Yeah,
you, like being able to like change your
like gender and all that type of stuff.
yeah, change
Yeah,
your gender and stuff. I
yeah,
mean, it's I don't know, man. It's insane. Like
yeah,
being able to do that. Like you know what I'm saying?
and it has
It's like I don't know. Like I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah,
Because of course, if you guys like if it's coming from a religious thing, it is considered a really evil thing,
yeah,
right? If we're coming from a religious point of view, it's an evil thing. But if it's not when it comes to religion, it's of course it is your choice, right?
yeah,
Because they say it's you're given you're given this body, you're given whatever, right? You're given your thing for a reason, you know?
yeah.
And
Yeah,
changing something, you know, because, you know, because you want to or because you you like to, is it's hard. Like it's hard to judge it
yeah,
because I don't know. Like, if we're not a religious person, we should you should not take it serious, right? But if you are, it's not a good thing. But if
yeah,
it's not, you can do whatever you
yeah,
want. It is your body.
yeah,
It is you could do anything you want with your body. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah. No, 100% too.
So
Uh,
it's hard for me to
yeah,
like talk on that because I got no issue. Like you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? The only issue I get is like they coming to me and say, "Oh, yo, we gotta change you now, bro. Like
yeah,
we gotta change you."
yeah,
Well, that's the only
yeah,
problem I have. But other than that, there's no issue, bro. That's the
yeah,
only thing I'm scared of. Because think about it now, bro. Think about it now. They start accepting this right worldwide, and then okay, we all gotta do the same thing. What would you do, bro?
yeah. I
Can you
mean,
imagine how
with
insane that shit
yeah,
is?
yeah,
And think about it. This ideology basically run the world. Like this type of thing, they basically run everything that we live, breathe, eat, and see. So it's tough.
yeah. And I mean, the main difference between sex and gender, like you could actually change, like sex, it's like human body parts and all that too. Gender, it's like who are you described as? Are you like a guy, girl, whatever? I think that was like the whole like situation with the whole like genderalized situation too. Some people say like they're like non-binary. Some people say like you could be a man, but then you could say that you're like a woman and all that too. And like I feel like it has like come with like a lot of factors too, like social recognition too, and like they are trying to take it to schools and all that too. Some people were like very against it, like hey, like let's not brainwash your children to say like a boy is a girl even though that's a boy and all that. And it's a lot of factors like that come to play and all that, so it's like it takes time to even like kind of like recognize it, like understand it, go from like these like generalizations into making like the right decision from there and all that. So
Yeah, it's tough, bro. all I really gotta do, only thing that we can do is just pray. To be
Yeah,
honest with you, man,
exactly.
you know,
Yeah, yeah, man.
cause it's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah, yeah, man.
Like to be honest with you, I feel like it's like I feel like in this when this type of thing happen, I feel like it's a love thing. Like it's
Yeah,
like it's like a love thing. Like meaning that oh I can't get no boyfriend or I
yeah,
can't get no girlfriend, right? And if, like shit, like if I change, right? If I change my identity, I'll be able to get another like something else. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know. Like when you overthink it, I feel like it's something like that. Like oh, if I become lady, oh I can get this guy, cause this girl female doesn't like me. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Cause love, to be honest with you, bro, love is a powerful thing, fam. Like love, you can get crushed. Like love, you can get crushed when that type of thing
yeah,
happens. You
yeah,
understand what I'm saying? So
yeah,
it's tough, bro. So all we gotta do is like be strong mentally and
yeah,
support one another. Like when that type of happens, we just gotta support each other. That's it.
yeah. I feel like we're at the end right now, so if you have any closing remarks or if you like to plug in your socials, like let them know, like before the video ends.
Um, so hope you guys, I hope you guys are entertained of what me, Real Talks YT, and to what
Yeah, yeah,
Yashu Talks. Hope you guys are really interested on the thing, cause uh we're like in the future we really want to do a collab something like this in the future, right? Uh, we have discussed that we really want to like unite both of our channels and have like a legit podcast and where we could not only talk about serious topics but bring in other people and talk about them.
yeah,
So this video is our first video, and I don't know about Yasu, but I was really excited. I was really amazed, informed, energized for the next video, and I hope you guys are also educated too, because this is our opinion.
yeah,
This is our opinion. This is our opinion on the topics that we experience in our daily life. So if you guys have anything you guys want to say, you guys could comment on the box, right? Like our video and subscribe. This is Real Talks YT. You guys already know what it is, and we
yeah.
got Yasu. You can say
Yo,
your part too.
this is Josh, also known as Yashu. You could follow me at the Lens of Yashu or TLOY Talks and News. You can check out the channel as well too. And this is episode 4